Hey YouTube, how is it going? This is PsychoYajko, and welcome to another live stream where I will share my memories of all the times I spent as a little shrimp in the early 2000s. I was born in the year of 2001, and now is the time to talk about the year that I was born in. To start, I'm going to be talking about America's infamous terrorist attack that shook not just New York City, but the country itself. On September 11th, a day at first that seemed just like any other day would turn out to be a tragedy. Clear blue skies, sunshine, and then an airplane crashes right into one of the buildings at the World Trade Center. The first building is up in smoke, and then out of nowhere, another airplane is heard flying through the air. It crashes into another building at the World Trade Center. The second building is up in smoke. People in the crowd are heard screaming. People are crying. People are genuinely worried about the severity of the many, many New Yorkers who could end up being victimized. And as all this unfolds, the buildings collapse. Huge clouds of smoke cover almost the entire city. The building's remains, debris, rubble. According to a video on YouTube from Sky News, 2,973 people had died, and thousands were injured. And I was 9 months when all this happened. My mother was holding me from her arms. She was watching the whole thing happen on TV. She was freaking out. And I was totally unaware, obviously because I was still a baby. Again, I was 9 months old when this happened, so I was completely unaware about how severe the situation was. That was a very, very sad day for New York at the time, and a very sad day for the country. Before I get into the next topic, I would like to take a minute to give time, a minute of remembrance for all the lives that were lost at the time, starting right about now. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the next topic. Music from 2001. 2001 was definitely a great year for music. We're talking songs such as Family Affair by Mary J. Blige, Let Me Blow Your Mind by Eve featuring Gwen Stefani, Hella Good by No Doubt, Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera featuring Pink, Lil' Kim, and Maya, Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz featuring Del the Funky Homo Sapien. That's Ice Cube's cousin, by the way. 192000, which is also by Gorillaz. Tomorrow Comes Today by Gorillaz. Rock the House by Gorillaz, which also includes Ice Cube's cousin, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. And last but far from least, Survivor by Destiny's Child. Now that I'm talking about this, I'm going to share the links of all these songs to you guys in the chat. Just give me a minute. Hella Good by No Doubt. Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue. Lady Marmalade. Clint Eastwood. I see some people are still in the chat. I'll select them in when I'm done talking about my memories. I'll save it for the end. 2000. Tomorrow Comes Today. Rock the House. And Survivor by Destiny's Child. You guys will be in soon. I just gotta go over some more stuff. Now let's talk about motion pictures. This year had some really, really great motion pictures. Monsters Incorporated, that was one of the Disney Pixar movies that I grew up on. Besides Toy Story, besides Bug's Life, even besides Toy Story 2. Shrek, a pop culture phenomenon starring Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, a movie that actually came out on my dad's birthday, April 22nd. Spirited Away, a phenomenal Studio Ghibli movie with the English dub that was released a year later by the Walt Disney Company in 2002. And Osmosis Jones, a motion picture film from Warner Brothers with talented stars such as Chris Rock, Bill Murray, Molly Shannon, Lawrence Fishburne, and William Shatner. And the Cowboy Bebop movie that was released on DVD by Funimation Entertainment and Destination Films, which was from Sony Pictures Worldwide Acquisitions. One movie I have forgot to brought up is Zoolander. That one I have yet to watch. But I remember watching a clip of it or two when I was younger. That's the one with Will Ferrell, Owen Wilson, and Ben Stiller. Now let's get on to television. SpongeBob SquarePants. That show I grew up on. The Fairly Odd Parents. Arthur once again. Sesame Street once again. I know I'm recapping on some of the shows that I mentioned when I was younger, but there is one that I deeply regret watching when I was younger. Now that I realize how ugly the character design is and the CGI. JJ the Jet Plane. God. Why did I like this show when I was younger? Why? It's the show of every single nightmare incarnate. Now, Blue's Clues, I liked when I was younger, I'll admit. And Go Diego Go, which is basically the masculine equivalent of Dora the Explorer. Kipper the Dog, I mentioned before, but I'll mention more about the DVDs that I watched when I get onto my next live stream or two. Now let's talk about video games from 2001. For the year 2001, besides Sonic Adventure 2, I have played Luigi's Mansion on the Nintendo GameCube. I have played Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube as well. And that brings us to our next topic. Oh, I forgot Luigi's Mansion. Yep, Luigi's Mansion. 3 major consoles came out in this year. We're talking the Nintendo GameCube. The Game Boy Advance, which also came out by Nintendo. And the original Xbox console, which came out by Microsoft. So I'd say that's pretty much it when it comes to games. And this is the part of the live stream where I will let anyone come in to talk about the memories that they have from 2001 or any time of the early 2000s for that matter, if they cannot think of any particular event in that year. That show was boring. Yeah, okay. Firelord Croissant is in, and Lord Darth Dylan. Oh, well. How have you guys been? How have you been?
It's good.
Well, I just finished taking a look at the content I just recently played that takes place in, shall I say, Texas. There's more of a corporate espionage.
Ah, corporate espionage, you say, huh?
Yes, a corporate espionage. Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, Lady of Light. I know, I'm sorry. I know, JJ the Jet Plane. It was a cringy show. I don't know why I liked it. I was such a stupid child back then. I don't know why I liked it.
I was staying here. I used to watch it at my grandma's house all the time.
Yeah, I had the DVDs. I had Supersonic Pals and Lessons for All Seasons. Those are the 2 DVDs I remember having when they came out on DVD in 2002. Gorillas Are Legends.
I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.
In a
bad guy, useless, but not for long.
the future.
Is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. Yeah.
So, do you guys remember any video games from the year 2001 in particular?
Shit, probably Halo.
Halo, huh? I don't think I remember the original Halo. I might have played some of the original sequels, but if I had to play any Halo game, the Halo game that I really got into by 2013, I think was called Halo Reach. My favorite movies were Training Day and Man on the Fire from the 2000s. You guys remember any TV shows from 2001?
I kind of remember SpongeBob for the most part.
SpongeBob. Yeah, I think you did tell me about that before. What TV shows do you remember, Firelord?
Honestly, I can't even remember off the top of my head. What the only thing I could actually think of it is the Bob the Builder. As far as
I know that show. I think that was on PBS.
Yeah. Although it was technically able, you were technically able to watch that show, but you got to remember that Bob the Builder actually had to have an American dub, the English voice. But understand that there are differences between the British and American dubbing for each other, because there are some differences. Although they may retain the same elements that they had in the British TV, the American.
Oh, guys, I'll give this troll in timeout. Get this whole troll. He's a troll. Mods, do your job. Remove him.
To continue with this, Bob the Bill, while they retained the same elements as they had in a British TV version, the American dub had to have changed some things, as a matter of fact. And even in Japan, where strangely enough, Japan actually has some strange laws that you cannot in shows to have four-finger characters. It is mandatory to have have a five-finger characters. Otherwise, it would not be shown in Japan.
Okay.
And that's a strange quirk. That's a strange quirk within those laws, that if you do not remake the malls that's supposed to have five fingers each, then the show would not be aired in Japan at all. That's a strange quirk.
I want to add some people as moderators.
Now, the next show that I could generally think of is, I honestly don't remember a lot of things that's been aired in the. Wait a minute, Samurai fucking Jack. Oh, technically, I didn't watch
Samurai Jack. Yeah, I saw that.
Although,
apparently.
Yeah,
I don't think I remember. So, like, I didn't see it, but I remember I was like searching up TV shows that came out and were released in 2001, and Samurai Jack was one of the shows from 2001.
Yes, well, at least the movie itself, because it was actually released as a part of a movie animation of that kind. To put it like that premiered the movie.
Yeah. Next
one is that I need to get out of the way. I think I need to talk about the event in the 2001 when you brought that out, because that remains a pillar of it in my memory. I'm going to be honest here. I was actually a 5-year-old child when that actually aired, broadcasted, and it was broadcasted worldwide when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, I was only 5 years old then, and I did not understand what the hell happened when that Twin Towers in, well, should we say, Big Apple in New York, that happened. It broadcasted worldwide, and I was legitimately angry at that time for when that event happened, but I did not clearly understood what the hell was happening, nor did I have any bearings, nor did I get any inkling as to why did that happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was 9 months when it happened, but yeah, it was a very scary time. Very scary.
Can I say something?
I
was actually like a week old when it first happened.
Yeah.
I was literally born a week before it happened.
And the scary part too is about how the culprit was behind it. It was Osama bin Laden. But from a cruel irony, if I remember correctly, we were the ones who gave bin Laden power in the first place.
A mistake that should have never happened.
The infamous leader of the Al-Qaeda, well, we waited for so many years to get rid of that motherfucker. And we finally assassinated him in 2011.
But that's not the only one who you thought of that. There was also another perpetrator that actually associated with Osama bin Laden as well, and he got killed. I think that guy was from the Egypt, as far as I was able to recollect in my memory.
Uh-huh.
Because that is another person who actually got involved in a 9/11 attack.
Now, here's the thing. I don't have this book right now, but I remember hearing this book. Like, one of the substitute teachers, when I was in 4th grade, one of the substitute teachers did a story read aloud of a storybook that was inspired off of the events that happened in the massacre at the World Trade Center. The book is called Rudy and the Magical Twin Balloons.
That's highly unheard of, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite an obscure storybook. I'll have to see if I can find a place where I can put where I can order it online, and I might do like a live stream of me like reading it out loud or sharing with all of you guys in the chat or whatever. But I'll make sure to look into that.
So this event, well, at least a majority of my family have heard of this particular event. They were legitimately shocked, but at the same time, they were also mad, rightfully so. And I cannot comprehend that the majority of people, even there are some foreigners that were from foreign countries, actually got killed during that event that happened. So some of the investigators have been able to reconstruct the events, and even there are some documentary about this event that happened in those times. So even with those, and even if there are some particular evidence that they were there are some Muslim motherfuckers that I don't want to offend people that are of Muslim origin, but there are a couple of Muslim people that were traveling around on the East Asia, say for things like Philippines, out of all places, that I had no idea that they were constructing a bomb to deliberately put inside the airplane.
Well, hey, if you're going to trigger some people, I'm leaving that up to you. You know, if people get offended, hey, they get offended. You know.
Yes, but they were able to reconstruct it and actually make some some of the actors who were portraying those particular real life people based on those events. It's simply what it actually made me. I don't want to say it made my blood boil, but it's something that really legit. I mean, it may have been interesting at first, but at the same time, it has becoming legitimately intriguing. But also, it is quite frankly disturbing. What would eventually lead up to this, the 9/11 attack?
Yeah, I can imagine how shocking it must have been. I mean, I was barely even a year old when this happened, and still, it was a very shocking time. And all this was done because of the fact that we gave bin Laden power. And the only reason why we did it, we gave everything to bin Laden. And a lot of it had to do, I believe, with the fact that we were desperate to help Afghanistan get the Soviets out of there, because the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan was ongoing. And he was the only one in Afghanistan who we could turn to get the damn Soviets out of that country.
And that's the biggest part of it. And that's the biggest mistake that majority of the Westerners should not have gave that some power to him, because of the. I wouldn't necessarily say you completely allow that to happen, but
yeah,
in some instances, in retrospect, you should have. In retrospect, the Americans should have thought about helping Osama bin Laden. That something shady about what this guy is.
Yeah, and this is not to glorify him, but again, I do have a sense, that the CIA or even the government, for that matter, they should have known that bin Laden could have been capable of anything, because he is, among other things, a man of his word, or was, among other things, a man of his word.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, if you recall correctly, as I mentioned before, there was another person that actually got involved in this, and there was an Egyptian guy who actually got killed after a decade later after Osama bin
Uh-huh.
Laden's murder. And I figure you will be able to recall who that guy is.
I can't say so. I really don't.
You did actually tell me about that in private, believe it or not.
Huh. I might have. I don't know, but
You
I
actually
really
did, and I can actually remember it as clear as I can. So you can't say you don't remember, or you can't say you don't remember you did.
I think I did, but I forgot the name though. And here's the thing. I mean, I know this is supposed to be a 2001 stream, but I don't want to keep talking about this because there's
No,
other things about 2001 too,
no,
and it
no,
just
no, no, no. No, I wouldn't go that far, but that's something
yeah.
that's something that we need to move away from that. At least this is for the majority of that, and even after 2 decades later since that have happened, some things have changed, but some of that has not, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
because
I can,
stories like this is just sad and just miserable all the way. So we did talk about music, right? Yeah, you were singing some of the lyrics to Clint Eastwood, so I'm pretty sure we went over lyrics. It was some of the
yes,
music.
yes. And I actually like that song, even because of the fact that I was only a 5-year-old at that point. And even though I have not yet been able to fully remember what that song was at first, it actually was a pretty popular worldwide. And even we all know damn well how we all love that.
Yeah. Do you remember any movies from 2001?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there's two of them. In those the former two is actually the one that I watched, the Monsters Inc. and Shrek.
Monsters Inc. and Shrek. Nice.
Yes, Shrek is actually, as you mentioned before, it was a worldwide phenomenon, and I had no clue that Shrek was sounding like a Scottish guy because remember Mike Myers is actually from he was from Canada, so there
Yeah.
are some Canadians out there. I don't want to diverge to other topics, but I can actually recall that there were some Scottish people out there who immigrated over to Canada, and they do have their ancestry. So Mike Myers actually had the perfect fill for him to fill the shoes in there. So
Yeah. Did you
he
know who was
does.
supposed to?
Hmm?
Yeah. Did you know who was supposed to be casting as Shrek besides Mike Myers? It was originally going to be Chris Farley.
Yes, I remember it was supposed to be that. I actually read it into that, but I think he must have. I think he must have died in 1997.
Yeah, and he had issues with drug addiction too.
Ooh,
Oh, I'm
goddamn.
on. Oh.
Hey, Side Hustler JO3, how have you been? And hey, Anthony and Luna,
Hello, how are you?
Hmm?
you guys doing well?
No, I'm saying I'm on the phone.
Oh, you're on the phone, right?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was talking to someone.
Okay. You're good to talk.
Doing good.
Yeah, good to talk now.
Yeah, and
Yeah, great. So we were just talking about events of the early 2000s. Are there any memories, music, or even times from the year 2001 that you remember in particular?
I remember when Dr. Dre released his 2001 album.
Oh yeah. I remember the song "Still Dre."
oh yeah,
If
that's a
you
classic
ain't up
song.
on things.
Even still Dre.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
classic.
Oh yeah. Smoke weed every day.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I remember watching the show Billy and Mandy.
Oh, Billy and Mandy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite episode from that show, Billy and Mandy?
The Hall of Mirror, he took his head off.
I honestly don't remember much of it.
I don't remember much of it entirely, too. But there's one episode I remember where they're all sharing like bedtime stories and everything, and they go on all these different adventures. Do you
To be
remember that
honest,
one?
yeah. To be honest, I don't really watch much of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, it was funny too. Is that like Billy is supposed to be the noob, and the Grim Reaper, he's supposed to be like the master at all this evil stuff. But at the same time, Mandy had more of like a more evil personality compared to the Grim Reaper. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's pretty true. Sorry, I'm at somewhere right now.
Yeah. Did you watch any movies from 2001 that you remember?
Don't remember much. Don't remember up the top of my head.
Oh,
I do remember some. But here's some things I do remember from 2001. Of course, 9/11, which was a tragedy, and the death of R&B singer, the beautiful Aaliyah.
Oh,
the
Leah.
beautiful
Yeah.
Aaliyah.
Yeah, rest in peace to Aaliyah, man. Rest in peace to
Yep.
the princess of R&B, Aaliyah. Yeah, I consider her the princess of R&B.
They're
Yeah.
trying to make a. They're trying to get her inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall
Yeah,
of Fame.
Aaliyah is a freaking Aaliyah is a legend, man. She is a legend of R&B, man. She was a icon.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Aaliyah, man.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry. I'm going to share another playlist here. I've done this on my previous live stream, but once in a while, at some point during these kinds of live streams, I will like share a playlist of all the 2000s hits that I grew up with, and I'm going to pin it to the top so that way all of you guys can be able to check it out for yourselves when you get the chance to. So let me get
Yep,
loose going here.
I already
And
saw your playlist. Good
yeah,
taste.
I just sent it in the chat right now. Let me pin it to the top.
Okay.
And I see that someone else decided to come and visit so they can share their memories or whatever. Outer Heaven, hey, how have you been?
Hey, I heard you're streaming, so I like want to like jump in. I just like want to jump in, and you're talking more about the more Millennium 2000 movies.
Yeah, and just memories for that matter. We were also talking about 9/11 too.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible
Yeah.
incident. Yeah.
Horrible. That's a tragedy. And I did spoke about the tragedy of the beautiful Aaliyah. You know, the beautiful Aaliyah R&B singer, man.
Yes, I overheard about that. Yes.
Yeah, it's fucked up of what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah.
Damn
I know,
that
man.
bastard.
Very fucked up, man.
Yeah.
And I saw the interview. God, it made me so fucking sick, bro. So fucking sick to my stomach about what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah, man.
Yeah,
Kelly's a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck R. Kelly.
Yeah.
don't worry, R. Kelly's taking it up the ass in prison.
Good.
Yeah, as he dropped the soap, man. You know what they say? Don't drop the soap.
Yeah. You can have
I better
fun
be
in
careful
there.
with the jokes because I'm in public right now. You know.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll admit, I mean, R. Kelly did have some good songs, I'll admit, but I'm still not denying that what he did was fucked up. Still
Yeah.
fucked up either way.
So true.
Yep.
So, Outer Heaven, do you remember any music from 2001? I sent a like little playlist here of all the songs in particular, all the pop hits from 2001. Do you remember any of these off the top of your head? I even sent
There's
some links.
Destiny Child on the radio, and there's I listened to someone on the radio back a long time ago. Oh, Linkin Park and little random songs. I think I'm familiar by them.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
for long for
The
future is coming
coming on.
I'm happy, and I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. In a bag I useless, but not for long the future.
Oh, look what I
is
started.
coming.
But I'm gonna say something real quick. You know, I think Gorillas are
Sure.
legends. I think Gorillas are a legendary animated band. You know, if it wasn't for Gorillas, we wouldn't have these like virtual bands.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, just
Gorillas
think about all the rappers and artists they did collabs with. They did collabs with Snoop Dogg. They did it with De La Soul. They did it with Del the Funky Homo Sapien. That's Ice Cube's cousin, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. My ride's here.
Okay.
I'm
Hey, Outer Heaven, do you remember any movies from 2001
Oh yeah, definitely. Monsters Incorporated, Shrek. Oh, Spirit Away. That's a classic movie. Osmosis Jones.
Mhm.
This is gonna be great. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making
Oh
waffles.
yeah,
We're making
Yep.
waffles. So yeah, donkey,
love me some
Yeah.
waffles, man.
chicken and waffles, and some maple syrup. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Here's an
I'm
interesting.
gonna be right back. I'm
Here's an
gonna be
interesting.
right.
Yeah, okay. Here's an interesting piece of trivia, Outer Heaven. Did you know that the original Spirited Away movie that was released, the Japanese dub, the original dub Spirited Away was released in 2001, but a year later, the Walt Disney Company came out with the English dub of Spirited Away in 2002, and the voice actress in the English dub who did the voice of Chihiro, I forgot who her name was, but she actually did the voice of Lilo from the movie Lilo and Stitch.
Oh no way. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Interesting.
Better out than in, I always say. Yup. Shrek's famous title or quote that he says every time he burps or farts. Do you remember any TV shows in particular from 2001?
Oh yeah. We were talking. Oh yeah, we mentioned on the last live stream. I was like there. Oh yeah, the SpongeBob, the Fairly Odd Parents Crazy Show, and Sesame Street still trending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still is. Oh yeah, this show's a nightmare. Don't watch
Oh
this.
god, that show was creepy.
Oh!
Those faces, man. Like, what the fuck was their faces?
I don't know, but I liked it when I was a baby, and I'm like, oh my god, why did I like this when I was younger? Jesus,
It was creepy.
Lord.
Those planes. What the fuck?
I know. Oh my god, why?
Yeah, that show is pretty cringy, man. That show is very cringeworthy.
The faces, man. Like, what the fuck am I? Is this hell or something?
Yeah, that is the most cringiest show I ever seen.
I see Firelord. I hear Firelord is short circuiting.
Damn.
Damn.
All right, I had to do it. I had to do it because most of you fools have really had that kind of mentality that you were stupid at times, that you thought that this was okay, but in all actuality, it was terrible.
Exactly.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I like Blue's Clues. I used to watch that show.
I want to be doing this from now on when I talk about streams when I do streams about the early 2000s. I want to share with you guys a memory from the early 2000s, something that I'm sure all of you miss greatly.
Okay.
We're all going to be in someone else's TikTok at some point.
Yeah. But then Bernie just looked.
Who is that?
Not me.
Not me.
No, I think it's coming on Jay's end.
Oh my! Can you turn? Hold on. Hey, can you turn down the volume?
I turned it down. I can't hear you.
I love Kipper. Yeah, I do too. Classic.
Oh, that's the dog. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be doing this from now on. Every time someone comes into a stream, I'm going to troll them with the classic sound of the early 2000s. Something that I'm sure all of you miss greatly.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, American Online. Holy shit.
Holy snap.
I totally remember that sound.
You guys miss
Dial
this?
up.
No, I missed it.
I actually remember that sound.
Jesus.
Welcome. You got mail.
No.
It's like
I
nailed on the
actually
chalkboard. Oh my god.
I actually remember that sound effect. To
Yep.
be quite honest. Oh
Better
yeah.
music back then. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yes. I think one important thing that you should obviously know that as a matter of fact, let me just check up on that. On that very same year, Windows XP got released, and it was a revolutionary one at best. And I figured you failed to add that kind of information because I'm one of the few people who remember that kind of era when Microsoft Windows XP got released in 2001. I mean, for Christ's sake, even my father actually has experience with using a Microsoft's operating system. So in that era, in the year of 2001, and actually, as a matter of fact, this was released almost, I think it would have to be around 20 or just several weeks before the 9/11 attack.
Ah,
Windows XP was a very revolutionary one at times when that operating system was released. And I don't know how many of you have used Windows XP in the year of 2001.
I
Do
use
I
it.
any,
I
do
don't know
any of you
either.
have used the Windows XP at all?
I have.
I think so. Yeah, I think that was. I think that had like broadband technology, if I remember correctly, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so Outer Heaven, care to say, you have used Windows XP, yes?
Yes, on a laptop long time ago, if I recall. That's going on the internet and all that stuff.
Well, I can actually say it is. So Windows XP was the one that I actually used that operating system because I'm mostly more of a computer geek in those eras, and I think that this is one of those times that it should have added here as a miscellaneous for that year. But to be quite honest, and I will delve into that in just a moment. Windows XP actually have revolutionized everything that they have, and even that they included a background picture of a place that they used to be, and it was actually photoed in the Californias. I was able to recall what that is supposed to be. It looked original at the time when that Windows XP got released, but after so many years have passed, it doesn't look the same as it was anymore. Even as the clients that have grown and those times, but that's not something that we would deal with. What I wanted to go with is, as you pointed that out, Outerhead, it did have a broadband connection for Windows XP.
Right.
So why do you think broadband was included? Even as the time went on, that there was the year when the internet was at its infancy.
It's been a long time about it since I used XP. Since when that came around, I don't know. I just used it just for internet browsing and mostly playing games on it. That's all I know much about that.
So in all those eras, and I think Psycho should have been in there in the early 2000s, even as the Windows XP got released in August 24th, 2001. That's the year that they ever released. Now, I would say this, that when I was fooling around with my computer, we actually did play some games on there. There were even some games that you were able to play some of the DOS games on a Windows XP, but that's only about a small margin that you could have because some of the older games that originally ran on the DOS game wouldn't necessarily. There are certain games that wouldn't necessarily allow you to play through Windows XP, so that's a bit of a bummer, if I'm going to be honest with you. But there are certainly some of the games that were there at that point in time. There are a couple of examples that I could generally think off the top of my head. I think the couple of ones that I don't recall which one of the games that got released in the year 2000. Most of them I
Yeah.
don't necessarily remember all of that. Let me make that clear. But
Uh-huh.
but one game in particular that I recall was the Mortal Kombat 4 on Windows XP.
Really?
No shit. I'm not even kidding you.
Huh.
Mortal Kombat 4 on a Windows XP. We were actually beating the shit out of each other. It's kind of like what we had envisioned, what we used to play in all those years ago when we were children. I mean, for Christ's sake, my brother was actually kind of a couple of years older than me, but still, it was kind of a big deal, nonetheless. Now, let me be honest here. I want to make this abundantly clear. I'm not a console gamer by any stretch of imagination. Not a console gamer. I want to make that clear. Although some of you have played at console games, I, for one, was mostly a PC gamer. For the
In my
most,
earlier years, I was a console gamer, I'll admit, yeah. I really didn't get serious about using broadband computerized technology by 2004. That's when I started getting into it a lot more, to be honest with you.
Mhm. An interesting perspective that you do offer because you weren't serious about getting into the PC, at least not for that time period.
Yeah.
In I'm gonna be honest with you. Even with the primitive technology that we used to have it back in 2001, even though we didn't necessarily used to own consoles, so well, at least primarily because we weren't a big on console gaming in certain ways. At least in my time where we grew up, PC gaming was the best. It was the best things out of that we had. There was a programming languages that you need to understand. There was some usages that you could utilize in any stretch of imagination you could think of when Windows XP was revolutionizing everyone in pretty much in those years. So there are some builds that they had when they were developing Windows XP, but I'm not going to delve into that because there are a lot of historical facts that you need to look into, and potentially we could have that discussion. So that's something that you need to take into consideration, and there you have it. So take it away with this console era that is from 2001.
Yeah. It's amazing how far we went in technology.
Yes.
Needless to say.
I mean, needless to say, Outer Heaven, you didn't necessarily own console. Needless to say, Outer Heaven, you didn't necessarily own the consoles in the year 2000s. No.
Yes, I did. I mostly did. I owned like PlayStation and later on, till then, later on, PS2 came around later on, and then later I got the PS3, then PS4, then now I'm using PC. I have PC. I play the old games like Doom and Heretic and other games like that too as well. And I have PlayStation 1, like I said again. And also then after that, I lost that 1 years ago. Somebody stole it. It was just terrible. And those are the classic games I like to play, man. And it kept me like from because like when I come home from school, I get it helps me relax, helps me calm down because I hated school that time, and it was one of the most precious things in life that kept me from enjoying myself.
Versions, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, then later PS2, then PS3, then PS4, then now I'm playing PC now with the latest Windows 11. That's the latest now operating system for right now, and that's pretty much it. But back in those days, they were way much better, or more simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. An interesting thing that I could think off the top of my head, but in all honesty, I think well, I can say this, Psycho. When I'm looking at the consoles, I wasn't really much of a console gamer to be absolutely honest, because again, as I mentioned before, I was mostly a PC gamer. This is all I can tell you that even before 2001, I have remembered like it was yesteryear, like it was a yesteryear. And there are some certain things that I leave it. There are certain things that I left it out, but I don't feel like I think I need to go into that. But in the console era, that was a bit of a different one.
You didn't miss much, Lady M Light. We were just talking about gaming. You want in?
I certainly would like to see you, Lady M Light.
Yeah, I'll send the link to you. Because of the trial version, I'm going to have to let one of you guys out since I can only let in 6. But that's only if she does want to join. Yes. Send the link, Lady M Light. You have at least 10 seconds to join in if you like. That means one of you is going to have to come out.
Yes.
I think I need to go because I got stuff to do. But thank you for letting me on here.
Oh, you're welcome, Side Hustler Joe 3. I'm glad that you were able to share your memories and come on here and just shoot, All
right, see ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
So, I have not bothered to play any of the console games, even though even after 2001, I have actually managed to play some of the console games. But even still, I wasn't necessarily a big console guy.
Yeah.
Next up on the list that I was just thinking off the top of my head is for the most part, we covered everything. I covered everything what I talked about: the movies, motion picture, music, video games, and television. And as far as I can recall, Oh yes, I forgot. I forgot about one other thing that I just didn't thought about this. There was a
Oh, really?
couple. Hmm?
I said, oh, really?
There was a couple of other games that I just didn't thought this through. Uh, Max Payne.
Oh, Max Payne. I
Yeah, it
don't.
was classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know if this is the. Yeah, I don't know if this is the Max Payne game that you're talking about. I might have played a little bit of it. I was
it was
playing.
actually a Max Payne. It was actually a Max Payne one that came out in the year 2001.
Yeah, I only played Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. That's the one I remember playing a little bit of.
Well,
That's a good game.
pretty.
What's up?
What's up,
Hey.
Lady M?
Hey, Lady M Light,
Hey.
how have you been?
I've been good. How you all been?
Great.
Good.
Yesterday.
Yes.
That's
Well,
good.
well, Lydia, would you be willing to share your what was your memories in the year of 2001?
Memories?
Yes.
Definitely would say, I remember there was the passing of Aaliyah, like Side Hustler Jay said, and then also there's Tupac as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of going on then. Are we pertaining to mostly event memories, or can it be any memory?
Within the
Yeah,
year
there's
2000, within the year of 2001.
right, yeah.
Oh, phone books. Back when technology was still pretty basic. You don't have smartphones.
Yeah.
You can take people's numbers. All you have to do is just have to have like a little portable notebook with you that you can carry along with you, like
Or
names,
flip
numbers,
phone.
phone numbers, so that way you can call them.
Right, yeah. I'm trying to remember which exact year did MySpace come out? Was it 2001 or was it before 2001?
Let me see. MySpace, I believe, was trending by 2008, but I'll find out.
In its conception. Well, in its
It was released in 2003.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I never used MySpace, and people keep telling me, "Oh, I made your MySpace." Like, don't make me without my permission. Like, it was so annoying back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't-
Right, yeah.
I don't think I would need to get. I don't think I need to delve into the MySpace. Even after that, why the hell should we care about that?
Oh, this is sick.
Mhm.
The theater.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was so cool because how he voiced a lot of commercials and stuff. I missed
Yeah.
that. That was cool.
Yeah, same here.
The movies in the year of 2001, like what was the movie? Can you put up the screen of the movies that we used to watch that was released in 2001? What movies did you actually used to watch? At least those that Psych was showing here.
I saw all four of them for sure, definitely. Monsters Inc., Shrek, Spirited Away, Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, I was just telling Outer Heaven about this. I don't know if you've heard this. Did you know that in the English dub of Spirited Away, that was released a year later in 2002 by the Walt Disney Company, the voice actress who did Chihiro in the English dub of Spirited Away, she did the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I just knew that they changed the voices for the series to, it was Dakota Fanning, I believe, that did the series, if I remember right.
Oh, Christ. I actually forgot. I failed to mention this on my part. There was a Harry Potter that actually was released in a movie. It was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
The Sorcerer's Stone.
No, the Philosopher's Stone. That we had a different title that we actually called
In the book.
In the United States. As far as you would tell me, that's what you call the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
European countries, we call it in some parts of a territory. We call it in the Philosopher's Stone.
It's even better.
Yeah,
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 even better.
I remember that.
Turn gold
Yeah, I
to
remember that.
metal to gold. I remember that ancient item.
Yes, and that was in the year 2000 that 2001 that they started making Harry Potter's movie in the year 2001 based on the book from the J.K. Rowling.
Right.
So And I actually have to say this, even though at first I wasn't really thrilled by how at first I wasn't really thrilled how they did it with the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but it actually grew on me, and even that movie actually had a, shall I say, even that particular movie actually has the same name, but it's in a video game look of it. So something that you should take into consideration that you need to have that, because the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, as you would call it in America, actually had some cultural phenomenon for that. So I honestly cannot say how much it would make you happy, and even for me at least. And I actually liked it. But one thing, and I think you really should know of this. Weren't you aware, even when the movie was released in 2001 at the time? Didn't you think that the composer of the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was actually composed on that same movie? Who's called, get this,
John Williams.
John Williams. Yes, you guessed it correctly.
Yeah, he did the score for Home Alone and the original Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't really thought about this until I just looked it up. Even after years after I watched that movie, so I didn't even think that John Williams was actually composing that movie. So it was a bit of surprise that I had looked at that, and it's quite surprising actually. The next movie that's going to be on the list is The Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
It is another movie that I watched it.
Huh.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 2001. Isn't that when the first Pirates of the Caribbean came out with Jerry Bruckheimer directing it? The first one?
Yeah, let me see.
You may be right on that.
Let me check that out. Hang on.
Maybe.
Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, right?
Yeah.
But that was from 2003.
Oh, 2003. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
The next couple, at this part, when I said about the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, this is actually the movie that is based on the J.K. Tolkien that was kind of that. But you got to understand it that the Fellowship of the Ring was actually brought into that Peter Jackson made that kind of movie. So it was a kind of a different direction than what was book trying to portray it in. But I think what it should be, and I want to say this. Oh, I have to stop it there.
Hey, Umbrella Robster, how have you been?
So the year 2001 was actually what brought things together in harmony until, as I said, 9/11 occurred. But I'm not going to delve into that because, quite honestly, it is just not something that I want to go with unless they
Hey,
have one.
Felicia.
But let's be honest. What do you actually think? Even when that movie, The Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring, was released in the year 2001, what was your actual thoughts on the Fellowship of the Ring that was released in the year 2001? I ask you that.
Oh, the thoughts on the film. The thoughts on the film.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh man, I haven't seen that film in forever. I hardly remember it. Honestly, it's been so long.
On HBO, it's still showing on. I like it. It's awesome. I still remember it. I still watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when watching it as a kid, I remember. Yeah, I used to enjoy it because we actually collected swords of Lord of the Rings and plates that went on them.
You still, what swords you have? Tell me. Ability I'm like.
Yeah, we still have them. Yeah.
The pink one, foe hammer, and the one that killed Sauron. What's it called? That one sword. I forgot the swords that killed Sauron. It was broken. Did he forge it again and return the game?
They're display swords that have like plates they hang on them. But yeah, they're like it's to like display ones.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
What about the precious? the ring.
Yeah.
Gotta share this right quick. Sorry, gotta share this right quick.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
Gotta share that.
What about? Do you remember Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase?
Oh, the classic one too.
No, classic.
That one I haven't seen, but there's one Scooby-Doo movie I've seen from the 90s. I forgot what year specifically. It was called Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
That one was good.
Oh yeah, with the hex girls. Yeah, I love that one
Yeah.
with the
They
with the
throw
ghost.
the water on the girl like witch. I don't know the melt with the ball. It feels funny.
What was that? You're not melting like it worked in The Wizard of Oz.
Shaggy.
And
Yeah.
I think it was either 2001, 2002 that the live action one came out.
Yeah, the live action one came out in 2002.
They're
I'll make sure to.
Didn't like
I'll mention that on my next stream. On my next stream, where I talk about the early 2000s, I'll be sure to mention that.
Yeah, that's good.
Ideal. So I honestly, if I'm going to be frank with you, the year 2001 really brought, as I said, brought harmony for that. And I figure somebody mentioned here in the stream chat that the Hellboy was brought up, which I didn't thought about that at all. Hellboy.
Yes, Hellboy. Yes,
Hellboy.
Yeah.
What I didn't get is what I did not understood as to why was it really that kind of a thing when Hellboy was becoming a thing. Maybe I didn't actually paid attention to it, but I think Hellboy really had some kind of, again, another kind of a phenomenon that really had. So
Hellboy, huh?
Oh no! I was mistaken. I mistook that. It was released in 2004, so my bad on my part. But the couple of 2001 movies that I brought that up is as we said, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Harry Potter, and the Philosopher's Stone. It's easy for me to remember that. And
yeah.
Couple of other in the Cyber Chase. I don't think I didn't technically watch that at all because I had no idea this particular animated movie was even out at that point. But I need to revisit that and see what the hell that is.
Did you watch The Mummy Returns?
Yes, I did.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Good movie.
Oh yeah, there was a Scorpion King.
Oh, Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Halloween Town 2 was 2001. That's when the second Halloween Town came out.
What movie?
Halloween Town 2.
Oh, that one. The Disney one, yes.
Disney one, yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Neutron movie.
Yes.
Yeah, Judith Hoag was in the Halloween Town movies. Judith Hoag, she was the actress. You might remember her as the news reporter from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, April O'Neil. I will say she is quite fine.
Yeah, everybody talks about that. Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, but I did watch Land Before Time, Journey to Big Freeze back when I was younger.
Those movies for time, yes.
That was a good one.
Are there any of you guys that want to share screens too about memories that you have from the early 2000s? I'm sure you don't just want to just talk. I'm sure you'd like to share visually too, if you'd like. You know, I'll give each and every one of you a chance as you talk.
I'm wondering how I would have to have that. Well, at least I know what to do with that, but I honestly don't know which. I don't have any pictures that is from 2001, which is a bit of a shame. In all honesty.
Yeah, neither do I.
But because
Game Boy Advance games, I know those ones like Game Boy Advance games. Those ones are good. Yeah, for the 2000 ones, like 2001 Game Boy Advance games, like some Pokemon games and Game Boy Color ones, and then the Game Boy Advance. What a Game Boy Advance game? 2002, 2001.
Oh, I do have something 2001. I remember.
Yeah. Those are classic ones. They're never remastering them again.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming on Steam for Capcom. That's like really interesting. Yeah, it's gonna come on.
Yeah, like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like Frogger, Mario Circuit, or whatever. Yeah, I played a lot of those. Yeah.
You had the Mega Man games, and had also have what else?
Yeah.
So many. Xbox. The old intro.
Speaking of Xbox, I'll show you guys something.
Oh, okay. Then now's your chance to share the screen.
Yes.
I'm done sharing right now.
Actually, I'm gonna show the camera since I'm on a computer.
Yeah, he'll surprise us. I've seen him before, but he'll surprise it.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
You'll be mind blown. Ta-da!
Nice. That's awesome.
It's 1982. Dang it.
Yeah, I got this back in like December of 2020
Very
at a
good.
store called Trillin 7, and it was on sale for $130.
Nice.
Oh, wow, nice, yeah.
I kind of I feel like I was missing out on those times, but whatever. I'm not complaining too much of it because I don't regret what I have, even in this time that we had in the year of 2000. And oh crap! One of you actually mentioned something about the Mega Man X. Possibly, I have no idea. But did you?
I do on the Mega Man one. 2000.
One of the other game, and I think as somebody I really could keep omitting the fact that there is one that's X series, Mega Man X5.
Yes,
Released
I got that one too.
Mega Man X5, which I didn't even have that copy of it. Although I technically did have the I technically did own the copy of that Mega Man X4, which it was released first in 1999. So there's some kind of leeway, but I actually did play it on the PC version of that, not consoles. Let me make that abundantly clear. Not on consoles at all, because it was a bigger console guy. So this gaming for when I was playing PC gaming for the most part, Mega Man X4 was really the easiest game that I got to play, and I knew exactly what the hell that boss's pattern is supposed to be in this kind of that, this, and this. So I actually kind of was enjoying it, even if it felt a bit weird at times.
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Ah, that was a classic game. Yes, I like Grand Theft Auto 3.
Grand Theft Auto 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Yep.
The Grand
Max
Theft
Payne,
Auto
like you said before.
Continue.
And then Sonic Adventure 2.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
You were playing that one.
Yep.
I think I have a couple from 2001.
Oh, you're going for Dreamcast. Shinu made that one fighting game.
I think Anthony Lowe is trying to speak. How's your mic? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing. Are you able to turn up your mic a bit?
Yeah. I have a couple of DVDs I remember watching from 2000.
Oh, really? Huh? What are they?
Let me show you right now.
Oh, great. Jeepers Creepers. Haven't seen that one yet. Oh, it's
Neither have I.
Tupac.
Nice.
No, I haven't seen that.
Kind of an interesting what that I just saw here. So Grand Theft Auto 3, one actually, and I feel like I need to go on with this. Grand Theft Auto 3 was actually the game that has changed the gaming landscape forever. It changed the gaming landscape forever.
Anthony and Lorna, can you share again? I'm going to put you in solo layout so that way we can see the DVDs better.
Yeah, sure.
I can.
Jeepers Creepers, nice. Tupac Shakur, Before I Wake, nice.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, to continue with this, I think Grand Theft Auto 3 has actually changed the gaming landscape forever when that game was released in 2001. Now, here's a bit of a history that even during the event of the 9/11 attack, the developers of Grand Theft Auto 3 was kind of scared that even if they wanted to retain the elements of how it was portrayed in the actual world, they were afraid they that they would cancel it because if that happened. But that had to. No, I'm not even kidding. This is an actual factual story about that.
Crazy.
Psycho. Because even as they went further along to finish and closing the development time that they needed to finish for the Grand Theft Auto 3, they came close to release it on that date, but because of the 9/11 attack, they were afraid that they were gonna can it because of that. and that's a factual story that was happening at that time period. But they had to actually delay it regardless, even if the 9/11 attack affected them, because
It's based on New York City, Liberty City, fictional city. It's based on.
yes,
Mhm.
precisely that.
A lot of controversial because of that. I remember. I read about that.
You actually read about those news on that Outer Heaven?
Oh no, controversial, like because of like they say they don't want to offend, get lawsuits, because they're based on because it was kind of like because it takes place in Liberty City, fictional part, it takes place of Liberty
New
City,
York.
fictional of New York. Yes, that's why because there were showed some bombing scenes and gang violence with the triads and the yakuzas and not the triads, the yakuzas and the Colombian cartel and the mafia.
And you couldn't say the yard. You can't forget Yardies.
Oh, the Yardies, yeah, the Jamaican gangsters and the Yakuzas, yes. Yes, thank you for remembering. That game was classic, yes. And you play some silent prodigy named Claude, who was betrayed by his former associates.
Yes, precisely that.
Mhm.
Then they made San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City. Oh, those games are classics too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good.
Ray Liotta played that character, Versetti character on Vice City. Great actor, but he passed away. Like if you guys remember.
Tommy Vercetti.
No. That actor who played Tommy Vercetti voice it, Ray Liotta. He passed away a year ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Heard of that? Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Who he did the voice of Tommy Vercetti in Vice City. Yeah, it was a classic game. I loved it. It was funny.
I know, like
Yeah.
whenever you shoot a bullet, like, all the people start running funny.
I know there was a sequel for that one. I remember that. It was good times.
And it's actually this even predated it in the Grand Theft Auto 3. Believe it or not, when you start shooting it, they're just gonna fly around like that.
You're just gonna funny fire, Lord.
That's what I kind of remember that because they used some of the actual sound effects that they used it in most of the Hollywood productions they used it. So I think they were kind of ones that they used it as far as I would remember. But they used their own voice clip to record a screen whenever somebody shoot like that. That's the kind of thing that I remember. And man, was it so funny! And even I remember fooling around by killing the fucking cops because I can't fucking stand the cops at all. Even in the games, no less.
Yeah.
Did any of you play SSX Tricky? I remember that game. It was so cool.
I played on the demo version a long time ago. It was classic. The snowboarding game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there's a called Snowboarders 1 and 2 for PlayStation. That was like 1990s. Both the classic games too.
Yeah. Mm.
Yes. And what else was a good one? Jeff Dam Vendetta. You guys heard of that game? Anybody?
Can't say I have.
It's on PlayStation 2. And it was like rappers fight each other. Rappers like fighting fist fighting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Snoop Dogg and the others, and like all the other rappers, like back in the good, hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, look it up, Jeff Dan Vendetta. Yeah, if you it's like some fighting rapper game. Oh no, and there's what else I remembered? Another game I remembered. ATV for PlayStation 2, and Jackson Daxter for PlayStation 2.
Did you mention Dance Dance Revolution, Outer Heaven?
What'd you say?
Did you mention Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah.
I remember that. I
That's
played that when I was in phys ed back in elementary school.
No way! Get out of here! Lucky you.
Yeah. I remember mentioning that to you yesterday. Dance Dance Revolution. Yeah.
Yeah, there's good songs on there.
Arcade or the game at the pad. Long time at some friend's house, like long time ago. They had the pad. You do step and dance with it. Like comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are very rare nowadays.
Right. Yeah. I prefer those over the arcade version. Which mode did you usually play?
Arcade mode or whatever controller or that dancing pad, whatever. But the dancing pad was so difficult.
Yeah, it's like were you beginner, expert, intermediate?
Yeah, there's some crazy songs.
Oh yeah, like I remember doing the levels in different modes, like easy, normal, hard. I was always really good by easy.
What song did you play on which mode? Do you remember? Psycho?
I remember Easy for the most part. That's what I was good at.
Oh, yeah.
I like Beethoven
me,
Virus.
Nice.
We're just trying to
I
say
remember
Lee.
mostly. I remember mostly easy and intermediate.
Yeah.
I knew for people that did do expert though, really good on the pad and the controller. I'm like, whoa, oh boy, that was no.
It was a big hit back in those good times, but not anymore. Those things like the glory days. The glory days. Where used to be better. I'm quoting from Incredibles when Mr. Incredible. The glory days used to be good. I'm sorry, Mr. Incredible. I love that movie.
The Incredibles?
Yeah, but the second one taking too damn long. First one's way better.
Coincidence? I think not.
The teacher with the mustache. Oh, what about that? The insurance scene. Like this, like
No
a company,
capes.
Bob.
No capes.
No capes. No Edna mode. Yeah. My God, you got in fat.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
I missed that movie. And then Bugs Life, Monsters Incorporated. What else was it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of another one. Toy Story, yeah, and Toy Story 2.
I like the gas station they fight. That was funny. And the claw. That claw. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fat, ugly Cheeto Puff eating nerd, the one who collects dolls.
Who collects dolls?
Sid.
Oh,
No,
that's Sid.
I'm talking about Al McWiggin.
Oh, Al, the
you're
big
talking about
Al's Toy Store.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the second one, Al. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, Wayne Knight did the voice of him, who played Newman from Seinfeld.
Yeah, he passed away, sadly.
He did?
Yeah.
Newman?
Wayne Knight. Yeah,
Newman?
Wayne Knight. Yeah, he died, and I think. Wait, I think I was mistaken out with someone else. He's. Yeah, he's.
No, I don't
67
think so.
years.
I didn't even really know about that. No, I don't think so. Are you sure?
No, he didn't die. I think I was mistaken out with for another actor. I don't know.
No, Jim Varney died. He played the Slinky doll. Slinky.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know the one that voiced Slinky, Mr. Potato Head, and yeah, I know because the last one I know in the past was the one that voiced Mr. Potato Head.
Well,
It
Jim
was
Varney
announced.
played that dog, and he passed away before his death.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, Slinky Dog. Yes. Okay. I think I know. Oh, what you folks were talking about because of the actors who have passed away, and in some honesty, even the ones who actually originally voiced it, like Mr. Potato Head and Slinky the dog, kind of is. They actually did pass away. So I think two of you were correct about that. Not Al McWiggin as VA, who you thought he passed away, which not exactly true. So two of those actors, which I think two of you were correct. The original VA for Potato Head and Slinky Dog. Those two VA have passed away, sadly. So
I know. Jim Varney was hilarious as Ernest. Hey, Vern.
I don't know if it's just me, but does anyone realize that Wayne Knight always does a voice or plays one of the villains, like almost all the villains in movies, like in Seinfeld and in Toy Story 2 and Jurassic Park?
Yeah, they were class. He was class. He was original. Classic. It was funny.
Oh yeah, just like the one who does. I can't remember the name of the actor who voices the Mr. I think his name is Ham. Yeah, from Toy Story. He does a voice in every Pixar film.
John Radissenberg. He played the pig Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I remember him as Mac from Cars.
Yes, and he
does
was in Cheers.
Oh, and the Abominable Snowman from Monsters Incorporated.
Snowman from Monsters Incorporated. Snow Cone?
Oh, the Abominable
Don't worry,
Snowman.
it's lemon.
Welcome to the Himalayas. Welcome to the Himalayas. What's so funny?
That's funny.
Sure it's not me?
I like Mike when he's like, why couldn't we get banished here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what about Randall, the actor who played
remember the scene too? There's one scene I want to mention. Remember when Sullivan or Sully, he did that good old Water News jump and growl on Mr. Water News, and as he dropped the cup, you didn't hear the liquid splatter, maybe because it was at a high viscosity.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that stuff that was coming from that coffee machine, the viscosity of it was so high that that you probably couldn't even hear the liquid splatter on the ground when he dropped the cup.
Damn.
Damn.
Mr. Waterman is the boss, right?
The boss of the
Uh-huh.
factory.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Always watching. I like Roz.
In that same movie, you saw the funny scenes that were actually watching that this motherfucker who has a fake ID put on his back. To be quite honest, one of these motherfuckers that came after him and then cleaned out all his furs, and he's absolutely fucking naked. And that cracked me the fuck.
Wait, what part was this? What part?
Huh?
I know. Tell me. I have a good memory.
What part is this you're talking about?
Huh?
What part is this you're talking about from Monsters Incorporated?
I think there's one guy who is completely furred up, but then someone plastered on his back that I forget what the name. I forgot the name of the guy from the Monsters Inc. I can't even remember off the top of my head. It's about 2019.
Oh, that's
George.
one. I
That's
forgot
George.
his name.
George.
I forgot his name.
I think his name is George. Yeah, the
George.
fuzz-
Yeah, he gets up the
George,
human
yeah.
object.
The one where he gets shaved? Yeah, that's George.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a part too where he had the sock on his back again. He just takes his pal, stuffs the sock in his mouth, and
I remember that. Yeah.
He just walks around
Yeah.
whistling.
It cracked me the
Yeah.
fuck.
I love that part. Yeah, shows him in the door. Yeah.
And the little girl, like, Mike Wazowski, that scares Mike's girlfriend, Cecilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one thing I gotta remember too. Remember when that slime monster was mopping up his own slime, and as he's walking away, he leaves the mess behind. And Mike's like, "Chalubi, baby."
Hey, what about that one lady who got like, you didn't file your paperwork, Wazowski?
Oh, that's Roz.
That's Roz. That's Roz.
She's
Like
funny,
I said, yeah.
like, she's like close like,
I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
She's awesome.
Oh, that darn paperwork. Wouldn't it be easier if it all just blew away?
Yeah.
Don't let it happen again. Yes, well, I'll try to be less careless.
Don't you also like the part where they're walking to work and Sully's like, "Hey Ted, good morning. See, Mikey, Ted's walking to work. Big deal. She takes he takes these steps and he's there." Yeah. Don't you know why I bought the car? I bought the car to drive it, with a honk honk and a vroom vroom.
Oh God! Oh God!
Oh my God! I actually, you know what? I think we really need to revisit that movie at this point to see why do we make ourselves laugh by watching that movie. We should actually do that in one of those times that when we get to watch the movie Friday night is what I would best describe it.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, if I subscribed or whatever to Disney Plus, or if I can just log on and watch Monsters Incorporated, all of us could do a screening. We could all watch it together.
I can make it happen. I actually have it, and we can watch it. I could show it. Yeah, easily.
Oh, definitely.
I have it actually.
Oh yeah, definitely. At some point, if I'm free, I'll let you guys know when I'm free, what day will work best, and if you can send me the link, Lady M Light, on Discord, so that I can join, and all of you can be invited too if you'd like. And
Actually, okay. Can I stop you there? I think it'd be work best if it would go through my private streamer, so we can have that. Then I will allow everybody to be there. So you, Lady M Light, Outer Heaven, and you, Psycho, would be there to. Oh, wait a minute! You haven't actually recorded?
Get out of here! No,
get out of here, girl! You can't be serious.
Oh. You could get thrown in prison right now, but I'm not gonna do it. No one's gonna do it.
I'm not gonna rat. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm not a narc.
We definitely need to have a Friday night movie. Friday night. That's
yes.
Yeah, but I'll message you guys to let you know when I'm free that time.
Please, because I need to have you, Psycho, you, Lady M Light, and you, Outer Heaven, to at least enjoy a Friday night movie, because I'm really having a feel of a nostalgia for this, even the ones that are from 2001, like this one here, Monsters Inc.
Yeah. Oh, one few more quotes I want to mention. I was on TV. Did you see me?
Oh yeah, I remember that they used that his logo, the eye logo.
Yeah.
I'm on the cover of a magazine.
Oh yeah, the bar shirt. I remember that.
His face is
That
covered.
was
Like,
awesome. Oh, come on, this is your song. Yeah, you're right. You are awesome. The most hit song. I'm quoting from the movie. Damn. I remember
his face is covered.
Oh, you're in the come to magazine. Michaelowski.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
On the cover of a magazine.
Oh,
I
do you
remember that. I
the-
seen his face covered for myself.
Yeah. Do you remember the scene where Randall gets they banish him finally and he's like, Mom, another gator got in the house. Another gator, give me that shovel.
Oh, I remember that scene.
Oh, that's from the Bugs Life. That's from the Bugs Life.
Oh yeah, that's an Easter egg. Yeah, they feature that same exact scenery in the part where that Flick was walking by in the Bug's Life. And the same van. That's the one where they had that Pizza Planet van from Toy Story.
Oh my, like references, crossover references.
Yeah, crossover references. Yeah.
I love that. You know what Pixar should do? They should do a crossover for all the different characters. They don't on the bloopers and stuff, but they should like they all meet together, get some crazy coincidence. They should do that.
Yeah. Oh, another good example. Remember in Toy Story 2 when you catch Ham, the pig, fast forwarding commercials? All the short clips, like the short segments, are shorts, like Disney Pixar shorts, like knickknacks or stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
One, the cherry, that old guy that the chess scene. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that as a kid. How he played chess with himself. That was so funny. And he's the one cleaning Woody. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the same old dude who cleaned Woody. Yeah, threw him back up. That was awesome.
Oh my god. I honestly enjoy that, and I definitely feel nostalgic at this point. And I definitely feel that on this week, we need to have a Friday at night, movie Friday night, just to have that. And as you say, Psycho, you need to tell us what time and day would you be free, because I'm feeling nostalgic at this point.
Yes, me too. I love you. Laugh my ass off. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think I can actually say at the bottom of my heart that the movie that's from 2001 is definitely the highlight of all, and the ones that gave us the best memories we had.
There were the glory days.
Glory
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Mr. Gribble says that, and the glory days used to be so good. Like when he's telling to his wife.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
There was another game that I just thought of this. Even as the same movie that came out for the Toy Story 2, I actually have a copy of a Toy Story 2 video game version of it, believe it or not.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Because as that movie rolled on, they were actually developers. I think the developers was called Traveler's Tales, the one who developed the games for the Sonic 3D Blast. Those are a couple of ones that I could just think of. And Toy Story 2 are also another video game they developed for it. 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Yeah. That's correct, Felicia. Yes, Felicia.
Yeah, they are.
So Toy Story 2, I should say this, actually had its release that is based on that movie in the same year of 1999. But remember, I actually had the PC game of it in 2001. So I was actually able to play it again on a PC. It is available on all consoles, believe it or not. So, I wouldn't want to forget that.
Oh, Psycho, you remember that scene in Toy Story 1 when he went out of his mind, Buzz? He came Mrs. Nesbit?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And the first one, yeah, when it's all gone. I'm a sound, Bubba.
Mrs. Nesbit, you see that? I am Mrs. Nesbit.
Snap out of it, Buzz!
Oh, you're right. You're right. It was a coincidence. Oh, I'm ashamed. I could have fly out the window. Here's the academy training wasted.
And
I love that he goes crazy.
Yeah.
I can actually remember that particular scene. I think I can remember. I can somewhat recite a line of that, but let me try. Don't you get it? I am Mrs. Nisbet. So stupid and comedic at the same time. I cannot even fucking fathom how comedic this was.
Yeah.
How many of you can agree that when it comes to Toy Story 2, the song Jesse's background song, that's a really deep song for a film. One of the top
that
Pixar
song was
songs.
actually performed. That song in the background was performed by Sarah McLachlan, the woman who was known for the songs that played in the SPCA commercials.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just knew it was performed.
And Sarah McLachlan too. One of her songs actually plays in the end credits too. The first song is called "Ordinary Miracle." That song was also performed by Sarah McLachlan. It's the first song that plays in the end credits for the Charlotte's Web movie.
Oh, no way!
Yeah,
crazy.
My God. I honestly I couldn't even believe that at that point in time. Yes, I think I just remember the other thing that I didn't really thought about this before. I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. I think in the same movie of the Toy Story 2 you just mentioned, there's a couple other ones that I cannot even think off the top of my head, but overall, I think for the most part, and I think Leon mentioned to some of it, and even to me, that the Toy Story 2 should have ended it right there because it's a perfect ending.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without having to ruin the entirety of the Toy Story Toy Story as a franchise in and of itself. They had a sequel, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4, and now Toy Story 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch that. I'd rather watch the first and second one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it either. I'm Zootopia 2 I'll see, but how they're doing Frozen 3 and then Toy Story 5, no thank you.
Yeah, enough of that, please.
I'm
Too
not
much
gonna watch
cringe.
that, man.
Because that's why Leon even made it explicitly clear that's where he felt that Toy Story 2 should have ended right there, and it is a perfect ending for that franchise. But I decided kind of milk it, so I'm not even gonna bother watching Toy Story 5 even to this point. So that's the kind of that. So there you have it. The memories that we have, although there were, although 9/11 attack was kind of a bad thing that forever changed the landscape of a world, there were some good things about that in the year 2001 that we actually got to have, especially with the movies like this one, Shrek, Monsters Inc., which we'll definitely need to watch on a Friday night, movie night Friday. I should say that. Some of the TV shows we used to watch. That we grew up with. Well, for me personally, I played mostly on PC games. I think there's. Felicia obviously asked that particular question right there. Anyone remember Studio Ghibli?
Yep.
That's how I say it.
I remember that.
Spirited Away. Yep.
My Neighbor Totoro
Away.
and other movies and Last Cast. I know about
Kiki.
Oh, Grave of
I
the
remember a lot of
Fireflies.
Mhm.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, that was a sad movie. I cried at that movie. That was very sad. It's depressing.
Oh yeah, and another one, Ponyo, which is like a Studio Ghibli recreation of The Little Mermaid.
Oh, that girl who became like a real life girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is an unpopular opinion, but I thought the mom in that movie, I thought she was sexy.
She was. Damn, she was.
Yeah.
Ponyo I haven't seen. I've seen Spirited Away, Kiki, Howl's Moving Castle.
That was a good one.
I've seen a few. I haven't seen all Ponyo.
I like the breakfast scene in Howl's Moving Castle makes the eggs and bacon delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all I can say is the year of 2001 that we got to watch like this one, the console gaming, which some of you have actually owned it. But I was primarily for being as a PC gamer, and there were even a couple of ones like the Sonic Adventure 2, Luigi's Mansion, you brought that up, and Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yes, Melee was classic too.
So I think this is where I have to end my discussion, and I think that some of it actually do have a kind of a revolutionary time when I mentioned about the Windows XP. So in those times, we will definitely have a talk about that in private when we get the chance. So there you have it.
Yeah.
All right. I think I may have to leave it at that. Psycho, I fully appreciate for having me on that, and even sharing my
welcome.
side of the
You're
story
welcome.
of the how the Windows XP revolutionized everything that changed the landscape of industry and everything else.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I was about to stop here anyways. I'm very glad all of you decided to come and share your memories of the year 2001, one of the biggest year of memories that we've had at the start of the 21st century. Thanks all of you guys for sharing your thoughts, and thanks all you guys for watching the stream. If you guys like the stream, drop a like, share, comment, subscribe for more videos, and possibly even more live streams. And I hope all of you have a great rest of the day or evening where you are, and take care and stay safe.
And remember, one of you people must have a free time in a Friday, because we need to have a Friday night movie we need to watch.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to end now.
All right, cool.
Cool.